This is Chris Videos. Like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, World of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris Videos, and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. And I'll be down there in the description box, and I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw April 17th, 2023 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Now we kick off the show with Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, Solo, Sikoa, and Paul Heyman, the Bloodline. So yeah, the Bloodline comes out, and Jay Uso had the mic first, and he tells the audience that the Bloodline's in their city. Everybody's going crazy and stuff. Paul Heyman grabs the mic, and he starts talking about how he is the special counsel to Roman Reigns and the wise man to the Bloodline and everything. And yeah, he was talking and everything up until he gets interrupted by Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio, and the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, the Judgment Day. So yeah, they come out, and the Judgment Day and the Bloodline standing to each other, like Damian Priest is standing in front of Jimmy Uso. We see Rhea Ripley standing in front of Solo, and then Jay and Finn Balor and Dominic and Paul Heyman. So yeah, and yeah, Damian Priest grabs the mic and he says Paul, and then he walks up to Jimmy Uso, and then he walks straight up to Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman starts backing up Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman starts explaining why the Judgment Day is there, and he tells them that the Judgment Day is there because they got like a little short agreement and stuff. The Usos didn't not know nothing about this agreement, but Paul Heyman starts explaining, and he starts explaining that the Judgment Day has this little agreement, and while he's explaining it, all of a sudden we see Solo Sikoa and Rhea Ripley just staring at each other, and Paul Heyman was like, Jay, switch spots with Solo, and they swap spots, and then Rhea Ripley swapped spots with Finn Balor standing in front of Solo, and Paul Heyman was like, Rhea, is everything all good? And she was like, for now it is. So yeah, she's just staring a hole into Solo Sikoa, which is pretty good. You know, that's pretty cool stuff right there. But yeah, Paul Heyman starts talking again, talking about how even though Finn Balor don't like the Bloodline and everything because of what happened in the past, and he got this hatred with them, he didn't come to terms with the short deal, same for Dominic and all that. And the deal is the Judgment Day will be taking on Matt Riddle, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens in a six-man tag team match later on tonight, because the Usos and Solo Sikoa will be taking on Matt Riddle, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens at Backlash in a six-man tag team match. So before that match, they will be taking on the Judgment Day. So yeah, that's what he said. And he said, in terms, Solo Sikoa will be taking on Rey Mysterio for their issue. So yeah, that's what he said that the issue was. And yep, that's what happened there. And then Rey Mysterio comes out and we get to the one-on-one match. Solo Sikoa versus Rey Mysterio. Nobody was at ringside. And it was a pretty good match. It was going back and forth and everything. At one point, we see Rey Mysterio springboard off the second rope. He gets caught in the air onto Solo Sikoa's shoulders, and Solo hits the Samoan drop onto Rey, pinning him, but Rey kicks out at two. He picks him up on his shoulders again, trying to hit the Samoan drop again, but Rey Mysterio fought off his shoulders. Hurricanrana's him into the second rope. He hits the 619 onto him, jumps over the top rope with a splash onto Solo, pins him, but Solo barely kicking out at two. And yeah, just going back and forth and everything. Rey Mysterio, Solo picks him up again on his shoulders, but Rey Mysterio fought off of him and stuff, and then drop kicks his knee onto him into the second rope and stuff, setting up for the 619, but Rey Mysterio looks at the entranceway, and we see the Usos walking down, and then all of a sudden, when they get closer to the ring, all of a sudden they get jumped by Santos Escobar, Joaquin Wilde, and Cruz del Toro, LWO. They jumped over the crowd and over the barricade and started attacking the Usos outside of the ring. Rey tries to hit the 619 onto Solo, but Solo catches him and stuff, and he lifts him back up on his shoulders, trying to hit Samoan drop, but Rey got off his shoulders again, drop kicks him in the back, and then Rey finally hits a 619 onto him the second time. He climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with the splash, but Solo moves out the way, so Rey Mysterio crashed and burned, and then Solo grabs Rey, hitting the Samoan spike on Rey Mysterio, and pins him for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Solo Sikoa defeated Rey Mysterio tonight in a one-on-one match, but then, after the match ended, we see LWO getting into the ring, checking on Rey Mysterio, and then they get attacked from the Usos of Solo Sikoa. They're all beating him down and stuff. We see Solo Sikoa hitting the Samoan spike onto Joaquin Wilde, Cruz del Toro and Santos Escobar. So yeah, he lays them all out with Samoan spikes, and then he picks up Rey Mysterio and tosses them to the Usos, with the Usos hitting the 1D onto Rey Mysterio, laying him out. So yeah, that's what happened there. Pretty good match. I'm happy after the match was pretty good. I'll give all that stuff 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it pretty good stuff. But then after that, we see a segment from earlier today where we see Adam Pearce. He's backstage, and he's getting pretty much a little bit annoyed because Chad Gable and Otis, Alpha Academy, and Maxine Dupree's backstage, and Chad Gable's talking about the draft, and he says that Alpha Academy is a package deal and all that stuff, so wherever one goes, the other one goes. So yeah, that's what he says, and then Maxine Dupree's like, no, this is Otis and all that stuff, and then they start shushing each other, getting on each other's nerves, and Adam Pearce pretty much had to kick him out of the locker room. So yeah, out of his office. So yep, that's what happened there. But yeah, up next we're going to be seeing the Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair versus Dakota Kai 1-on-1 up next on Raw. Still to come later on tonight, that 6-man tag team match. And later on tonight we'll see Cody Rhodes on Raw and Brock Lesnar as well. So yeah, and Seth Rollins versus The Miz as well. So yeah, many more stuff to happen tonight on Raw. But yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later. Until then.